Now, another country that's planning a military agreement with Qatar is Turkey. The country's foreign and economy ministers landed in Doha late on Wednesday, just after Parliament approved the deployment of Turkish soldiers in Qatar. Here's a look at Qatar-Turkish relations by the numbers. $2 billion worth of defence projects between the two countries was announced in February. The agreement hasn't been signed yet, but it's 1/6 of the size of the deal Qatar is signing with the US. Qatar's investments in Turkey total $19 billion. They've been a lifeline for the Turkish economy since last year's coup attempt. Qataris have invested $600 million in the Turkish Sovereign Wealth Fund in the past 2 months alone. And Turkey was one of the first countries to send food after Qatar's neighbours cut diplomatic and transportation links with the country. Turkish companies filled less than 5% of Qatar's market store shelves in 2016. So our editor at large, Craig Copetas, is in Paris. We'll get to him in a moment, but first let's go to Doha. And Nicole Johnston is there for us. Nicole, thanks so much for being with us. Nicole, let's start with this visit to Doha by Turkey's economy minister. What more do we know about this visit?
Well, there's not a lot to say at this stage, and the reason for that is it's still very early days. The blockade is only 1.5 weeks old, but it's interesting, as you said, that not only did the foreign minister come to Qatar, it also brought along the economy minister. So certainly Turkey is seeing a golden opportunity perhaps in trying to advance its investments in Qatar, business opportunities in the areas of construction and importing. So they're really trying to get in early and perhaps try and secure some market share as the situation unfolds, because we know that even if this is resolved tomorrow, many people in Qatar will be reluctant going forward to buy any products from Saudi Arabia. There's a great deal of bitterness here, but right now Turkey and Iran are popular. People are saying they want to buy Turkish products, and no doubt the Turkish economy minister knows that now is the time to get in, secure some good deals with Qatar, maybe some extra access that would have been more difficult in the past, and make the most of this opportunity, which is one way to look at things.
OK, Nicole Johnston in Doha, thank you so much. Let's get a broader perspective on this now from Craig Copetas in Paris. Craig, I want to go back to this fighter jet deal. It's pretty curious timing to be announcing such a deal, don't you think?
Well, it's $32 billion worth of brinksmanship. You know, Trump has framed this deal as it's going to create 60,000 new jobs in 42 states. And who's he selling the warplanes to? A country that Trump himself describes as a funder of terrorism at a very high level. This is all optics, Azar. It's put Qatar in a very, very good position. What do they have there? They have right now the two biggest standing armies in all of NATO protecting them, the Turkish army and, of course, the American air base there. As backup, they have the Iranians, who have now devoted 3 port facilities to get food into the country. It's a really a terrific deal for the Qataris. They're in a very good position. And they also have a secret weapon that they can push at any moment, which will make matters even worse for those who are trying to isolate them.
Right, so let's talk a little bit about this. What leverage, then, does Qatar have economically on the rest of the region?
It is called the Dolphin Energy Pipeline. Disregard that at your peril. That pipeline on a daily basis provides the United Arab Emirates with 2 billion cubic feet of natural gas. That's 33% of the UAE's daily requirement. That pipeline is owned by the Abu Dhabi Sovereign Wealth Fund, Total Oil here in France, and the U.S. company Occidental Petroleum. The on and off switch is controlled by the Qataris.
But they have
turn that
said,
switch
though,
off.
However, Craig, they have said, though, that this pipeline is off the table, that it is not going to be part of any deal that happens as a result of this crisis.
Yeah, I can remember when the Egyptians said that they would never nationalize the Suez Canal. I also seem to remember Saddam Hussein saying he was never going to invade Kuwait. And I seem to remember that the Iranians signed an agreement that would protect all foreign diplomats on their soil. That didn't work out too well during the hostage crisis. The list is long. What's public is propaganda. What's secret is serious. So what the Qataris have here, and I can tell you the people who game plot these things say the guns of August moment here is what happens with the Dolphin Energy pipeline. Because if they shut that off, pretty much, and by the way, there's no fail-safe to bring in that extra 33% of energy. UAE's air conditioning goes down, and more important, their desalination plants will go offline very quickly. So, like I said, this is brinksmanship. And the Qataris have the Turks and the Americans on their side, and the Iranians, and they've also got the Dolphin Energy pipeline.
Craig Copetas in Paris and Nicole Johnston in Doha. Thank you ever so much.